And welcome to the Main Event Sports Show. This is the main event on politics, kind of our new segment here. Actually, it's not new because we've already interviewed a couple of folks, but I kind of wanted to bring it back, pull an energy to it so we can kind of talk about the important issues of the day, things that affect us locally in Louisville, Kentucky, and even nationally. And today I have one of my good friends on, Miss Karyn Moskowitz of New Roots.
How you doing, Haven?
How you doing?
We've been at this a long time, haven't we?
I know. I remember like when you first started New Roots, and we had the first fresh stop at
West Chestnut.
West Chestnut. Yes. So for those out there who don't know, kind of explain what's a fresh stop and what is New Roots?
Right. We're a nonprofit organization, food justice, and we ignite community power for fresh food access. And we do this through Fresh Stop markets. These are fresh food markets that pop up every other week in neighborhoods that don't have grocery stores, farmers markets, sit-down restaurants. We have quite a few, unfortunately, in Louisville and around the country. And we've innovated to get around the high cost of fresh, local, organic food by recruiting families to pool their resources on an income-based sliding scale. So everybody paying what they can afford but getting the same exact food no matter what.
Well, so kind of explain how that works, like the pricing tiers and all that good stuff.
So what we do is we offer to families who are on SNAP benefits to pay $12 for a bag of food that's worth about $40 retail. If you're a family on WIC, you pay $6. If you're also identify as having limited resources, you're not on SNAP, that's also $12. If you're higher income, you pay $25 or $40 for our food justice share. This is for people who can afford to shop anywhere but want to come to the markets in West Louisville, East Downtown, and support
all those folks like to go to Whole Foods.
That's right.
The Trader Joe's, and those guys are way too much money to spend.
That's right.
You know what I'm talking about, because Whole Foods is not cheap. Whole Foods, like the Saks Fifth Ave grocery stores, good Lord. Like you go there and buy a little jar of peanut butter, it's like $75.
And it's far.
It's just crazy.
Far away from most of us to go all the way out there.
It is. Now, I know there's a lot of fresh stops. You guys talk to local farmers, if I'm not mistaken, to get the produce. So the produce, not only is it organic, but it's like extra fresh because it's literally just coming from
That's right.
about within like 40 miles away.
That's right. Most of our food comes from about 20 miles away. And when you do shop at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, you might be able to access organic vegetables if you can get there, if you can afford it, which a lot of us can't, but you're not really going to get access to local farmers' food. That has to happen at farmers markets. There's about 25 farmers markets in Louisville, but then again, you have to go to the higher income neighborhoods to find those. And once you get there, you're going to find kale for $4 a bunch, right? Or
you're going to find organic honey for like $75 a jar.
Right. It's expensive.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
So what we've done is we've gone to the very same organic farmers who do sell retail at farmers markets, and we said, hey, what if we promise you a market, and we promise you 300-400 families a week coming to get the food? Would we be able to get wholesale prices, and could you drop the food off if we guarantee that we will pay you when you deliver it? And that was really the breakthrough point, as you remember, is convincing families to pool their money ahead of time. So we're all putting our money down, let's say on a Sunday by Sunday night for the markets that are coming the next week. That way we get the wholesale prices, we get the local organic food, and we get to be in community.
Oh yeah, and I've known that you worked like you've actually made it a point and a purpose, even go out there and work with some of the black farmers as well, to kind of bring them in, guys that would normally be left out of some of the other farmers markets in town that are in those other affluent neighborhoods. So you can actually connect, with your first stops in West Louisville with kind of black farmers out in the counties. I remember going to a couple of farms and with you and having those discussions. And I thought that was, to me, that I always thought it was a very powerful thing, kind of connecting folks in West Louisville with the kind of black farmers out there to kind of make that strategic alliance to make sure that we get the fresh fruits and vegetables in West Louisville, but they get a sustainable income to keep them in business as well. Now, I thought that was huge.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we haven't been able to sustain a lot of those relationships as we got bigger. It's very difficult for a lot of the smaller farmers to meet our demand. But we've spread out now. We have about 50 farmers statewide that work with us. And they are mainly, people don't realize, a lot of these farmers, they're struggling with limited resources too. The white farmers, we have a lot of white farmers who hire Mexican farmers to work with them, and everyone is struggling. So like you said, why not come together? Why if you can spend your money locally with a local Kentucky family farm to get the top of the line organic vegetables, why go to a grocery store? If we can do this, if we have this option, and not to mention, when you come to a fresh stop market, you see it's like a family reunion. You see people from the community, you meet new people, there's a chef doing cooking demos, and you go to a grocery store, it's a very cold, isolating experience, and you may not really even have the courage to try something new because it is expensive, it doesn't even look that, it looks kind of funky.
Yeah.
Our vegetables are so beautiful, and you've already paid for them. So you're like, okay, well, maybe I wouldn't have chosen Hakurei white salad turnips, but I'm going to try them this week.
Well, but the good thing is, like, you have folks there, like you said, with the cooking demonstrations that can show you how to cook the food, because I think a lot of people misunderstand when they try to bring organic food, especially to urban areas, so to speak, is the time crunch that people are under. Even affluent families with money, like my man Wayman over here, and affluent families like his, that have resources and things of that nature. A lot of times, a lot of folks don't have time. And when you try to slow cook, I know that's the big thing now, is a slow cooking movement where you cook like your grandmother used to cook.
That's right, yeah.
But the problem is nobody has like your grandmother's time. Like, nobody can spend all day from 2:30 to 5 o'clock in the kitchen cooking down greens.
Right.
Your jobs won't allow it. Your kids' schedules won't allow it. You get off work at 5 o'clock. You have cross-country practice. You got music lessons. You have all these other school functions. You have homework. And so you're doing that. Then you're trying to figure out what you're going to cook. And then you realize you may literally only have about maybe 30 to 45 to 50 minutes to figure out, okay, like, what can I cook? And the great thing about those cooking demonstrations is that you can kind of show, well, I know these are live organic vegetables. Let me show you how we can make a meal, and so it fits into your lifestyle. So it fits into what you're trying to do, which is huge. So I think a lot of people just don't know. Okay, I got these greens. I know it's gonna take like about an hour to cook. So I YouTubed it. So I know the YouTube person says like an hour to cook these greens down. It's gonna take like 45 minutes to boil the cabbage. Good, I don't have that kind of time.
Wow.
But you guys can show us like, recipes and methods that, no, actually you do have the time, and this how you do. I think that's one of the great things about the fresh stop markets.
Well, I'll give you an example of how forgiving this food and how easy it is to prepare. So I woke up this morning, I was running late to work, I was hungry, I took a butternut squash. We have little baby winter squash. I peeled it, I cut it up into cubes, I threw it in a pan with a little water, I steamed it. 3 minutes later, I put it in a bowl with a little vegan butter and a little bit of nuts, pecans, and I got in the car and I ate my butternut squash. It was faster than a bagel.
And there you go.
Right? And then, tonight I came home, I'm busy, I'm working, opened up the fridge, I took out my lettuce, my tomatoes, my turnips, I grated them up, I made a dressing, boom, that was dinner, so, as long as, what I find is if you have this food in your fridge, so you have a big, beautiful bag like this, full of beautiful local vegetables that are very fresh, so they cook fast. They cook a lot faster than the greens you might find at a grocery store. My collard took about 10 minutes this weekend because they were so fresh, You just have to kind of acclimate your mind to whenever I open that fridge, I'm going to cook something in that bag. And I'm going to feel so good when I do it.
It's going to be good for you.
Yeah, and you're going to be energetic and happy and your wife's gonna, love you more, right?
And it's always a plus. That's always a plus. That's always a plus. And, you get to lose a stomach there, get to look healthier.
That's right.
Maybe I get green eyes by my man Rashawn over here. Hey, all things are possible.
Yeah, organic food makes you sexier.
And there you go.
It's true. Try it.
So let people know, how they can get a hold of you and New Roots and Fresh Stop and all that good stuff.
So you got to do it quick because the Kentucky growing season ends November 2nd is our last Fresh Stop market. We have 12 locations. We have 10 in Louisville and 2 in southern Indiana, 2 in Lexington and 1 in Hazard, 1 in Brandenburg. Well, the one in Hazard has ended for the season. Give us a call. You can go to the website, if you can see it here, newroots.org, www.newroots.org. You can call us at 502-509-6770. And you can go to facebook.com/newroots. We're also on Instagram at Fresh Stop Markets. And what you do is you can order online using the sliding scale. If you want, you can call us if you need more information. Sunday night is the deadline for next week's market, so you can come hang out with me. I'll be next week at the Hikes Point Jewish Community Center Market on Wednesday. I'll be at Chickasaw on Thursday, and Saturday back at Russell.
Hey, there you go. Awesome.
Thank you so much, Haven.
Before we go, what's next for New Roots?
Oh, so it's so exciting. We've been doing a little organizing in Okolona, Highview neighborhood with Greater Faith Church of Deliverance. We're also doing a little bit of organizing further out in southern Indiana to some more rural areas who are experiencing very high rates of food insecurity, whole towns with no grocery stores, just like we have whole neighborhoods without grocery stores. And we also have our very first federal grant.
Oh, wow.
The warm and fuzzy arm of the USDA, I call it, the Southern SARE, which is all about getting minority and limited resource farmers re-engaged with us, and that's to organize around the entire southern region. So it's a 3-year grant. So we'll be working with farmers in other states or other parts of Kentucky, connecting them with the farmers who are successful Fresh Stop Market farmers so that they can share some knowledge. We're having a big conference in Little Rock, Arkansas, and having kind of a coming out party for other communities who want to learn more. So there's no promises that we're going to replicate easily. But we do.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. That's right.
That's awesome. And Karyn, thank you for stopping by with Main Event on Politics.
Thank you, Haven.
And we'll have to have you back again, especially when the farmers markets start back up again, so we can get people on the First Stop, get people signed up. This is a great organization. I've known it since it was just a little seedling.
That's right. You were on the incorporation papers. That's you,
right.
Haven.
That's
Stepping
right.
up for the community like that. That's awesome.
I try to do what I can. I try to do what I can when I can. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the Main Event on Politics. If you want to know anything else about New Roots, check the description below. I'll leave a link to the website, the numbers, and everything else. So if you have any questions, just hit the description. It'll be there, and I'm going to put it on your Facebook page. And so email the video to you as well so you can send out to all your friends, constituents.
Thank you. Come out and get some veggies.
Hey, there you go. Hey, thanks for tuning in. You guys have a great day.
Bye-bye.